Hi everyone, it's time to talk about some TV favorites again. More specifically, May 2017 TV favorites. So here are some of the shows that I've been loving this May. Legion! I know, finally got around to watching Legion. The story focuses on David Heller, a man who was diagnosed with schizophrenia as a kid, who is now in his 30s and realizes he might actually have some powers. And it's set in the X-Men world. Wow! I know I'm late to the party, but wow. Because I watched the first episode, which I enjoyed, but I wasn't like, I love the show, it's amazing. And then a lot of people kept telling me, no, it gets so much better, you have to keep watching. And so I did, I kept watching, and it was amazing. Once you get to those episodes that are really the meat of the story, wow. Definitely one of the best comic-related TV series, I guess, or a power kind of series. Highly, highly recommended. Obviously, I recommend every single show on this list. I think you should watch every single one of them. Next is Underground Season 2. The show is set in the 1850s in Georgia, and it follows a group of slaves who come up with a plan to escape together. Now, obviously, Season 2 is like further along in the story, so if you haven't seen Season 1, you should definitely watch Season 1. The saddest part about this is that I am finally caught up with Season 2 and the show has been canceled, which I'm just like destroyed, because when I finished watching Season 2, I thought the show had already been renewed for some reason, because why wouldn't it be, right? Nope, it was canceled. And actually it was canceled because the channel that it airs on, WGN, decided to move away from scripted series and just focus on reality shows or whatever else that they're, think will bring them more money. Obviously, scripted series is really expensive to make, so decided, we're not getting enough people that are watching the show, which, obviously with all the shows that are out there, it's really hard to compete, which is so unfortunate because it's such an important show, deals with really important issues, but also such a powerful and good show. In Season 2, there's one episode that focuses on a character doing a speech for a whole episode about, her experience as a slave, and it's amazing. They really took a chance to try to be unconventional in the way that they shot the series. It wasn't like, we need to move along the story and do all of this. We're like, we're going to take a break and focus on this important topic. And also you get to see such an amazing performance because, you think, a character just talking a whole episode could be boring. It was not. I highly encourage you to watch the show, even though it's canceled, because I still think it's really good and I think you will really enjoy it. And if you want to see my review for the first season, I'll link to it in the description. Next is Chewing Gum. It takes place in London and it follows the life of Tracy Gordon, who is at this point, I think she's 25 or something, 24, 25, and she's trying to have sex for the first time. And it's just not really working out for her. It's hilarious. It's amazing. It's different than other shows that I think are on TV right now. I just couldn't get enough of it. I almost don't want to really say much more about it because I think you just have to really watch the first episode to get the tone of it. It's a comedy and it's kind of a little bit out there, but it's exaggerated a little bit, but it's just such happy and funny and you just want to hug all these characters a lot, but they're crazy. I watched the 2 seasons back to back and I just need more. It's so easy to watch and you're going to be so sad when it's over. If you need a little happiness and a little uplifting kind of show in your life, this is definitely it. Next is The Handmaid's Tale. Well, we talked about uplifting. Let's talk about bringing it down now with some depressing show. No, I don't want to say it's like a depressing show, but it's definitely a scary show. Scary in the sense that not like a horror scary, just life scary. It's based on the book by Margaret Atwood, and it's set in Gilead, a totalitarian society in what used to be the United States, because what happens in this world is that women can't have children anymore. So the few women that can still have children are pretty much treated as property. And you have handmaids who are assigned to household and they have to sleep with the commander of the house once a month, to try and get pregnant and repopulate the world. I expected to like the show, but I am like in love with the show to the point where I just watch each episode back to back. I actually was lucky because I got some screeners ahead of time. I've watched up to episode 9, so I'm like literally missing one episode, which I'm really sad about because this show is so amazing. The performances. Elizabeth Moss is unbelievable. She plays the main character, Alfred. She is just magnificent. I have become a new fan of hers. Not that I didn't like her before. I thought she was great, but I think now I just really see just how powerful she is. There's a lot of internal things going because, you know, obviously this is a world where you can't really speak freely, and there are a lot of emotions that she has, and it's so complicated, and she shows that so well. I mean, wow, Elizabeth Moss is just, she's like my new idol. And everyone else obviously is also really good performers. You know, when you watch TV shows, I think the most important thing is for you to really believe that this is real, and for the actors and, you know, the design and all of that and everything to make you really feel like this is happening, or you're just kind of getting a peek into this world. And I think the show really does that. I mean, I can't speak highly enough of it. I'm like, please, you know, guys, just give the first episode a shot. Like, watch the first episode. If you're not hooked, probably you won't like enjoy it that much because it's very similar in tone, but like at least just give it like 1 or 2 episodes a shot. It's one of my favorite shows right now that I'm obsessed with. Next is Dear White People. This is based on the movie of the same name, and it focuses on a group of African-American students in a mostly white Ivy League fictional school and sort of their experiences there. And it focuses on the racial tensions there and their perspective and experience going to school there. And there's a main event that triggers everything that happens next. There's a group of white students that decide to throw a blackface party. There's a lot of outrage that come from that, and then, you know, the story goes from there. Now, I really enjoyed the movie when it came out, and the series obviously focuses on the similar story and has similar elements, but I think it expands a little more, and the structure is a little different because every episode focuses on the perspective of one of the students, and they move the story along that way, so you're not just kind of stuck with different perspective of the same event. It kind of, every time it moves forward a little more using that character. I really enjoyed it. At first I thought, oh, is it just going to be exactly like the movie? But no, they kind of move it further along even more, and I hope we're going to get a season 2 because it ended in a way that I'm like, well, I kind of want to see more of what happens in the school. And then finally is Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, which just released its 3rd season. Oh, I didn't realize how much I missed it until I started watching it, and I thought, oh, I'll just watch a little bit of it. Yeah, that's never gonna happen because I couldn't stop myself. You just kind of watch it back to back, and then you're just sad because it's over. Kimmy Schmidt, I've just loved it since season 1, and season 3 is just as good. Yeah, I just finished and I'm just like, when are we getting season 4? Because I need more. And those are all my TV favorites for May 2017. Of course, I would love to hear what shows you've been enjoying in May. Let me know in the comments. And then we'll be talking about more shows in June because I'm already starting to watch some new shows. And since it's summer and all of the other shows have kind of wrapped up, now I can focus on catching up on a lot of shows that I haven't seen yet or discovering hopefully some new shows. I don't know, we'll see, but yeah, it's gonna be fun.